Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of Saving Grandad's Farm. My name, as always, is Alex. We're out in the field to start with. We're just filling up this the sheep trough here with a bit more water. We've got this little numb thing around here, at least. And then we'll be good to go. So yeah, we're just getting the livestock all taken care of first thing this morning, and then we've got a few little bits and pieces to do actually. A few things we're going to look into. First of which is that we've got some baling to do with some oat straw that we took down a couple of days back now. It's had a day and a bit just to kind of dry out in the good conditions there. So I feel like we're at that position where we can get after it now, which would be good. Get it built up. It's already been sold where it stands, so that's quite good news. We're going to get rid of that as quickly as we can. Fantastic. Just put a bit of water in there. That's looking good. We're going to leave this here for now, actually. But yeah, like I say, it's all looking good. It's been sold, which is fantastic news there. So we're borrowing a new baler to do it because the customer wanted to have net wrap bales, and we can only do string wrap with our Galagnani. So yeah, we're going to have a look into that one. But you'll see, okay, well, my addiction has struck, and here it is. This is greenhouse number 5, and we're done. I physically cannot get any more greenhouses in here, even if I wanted to. And we're going to plant potatoes as well, which seems ludicrous considering, well, this is all potatoes, but this greenhouse is the sole idea of kind of extending when and how often we can get potatoes out of this place. So watch this space for that one. Everything else is looking good. Everything's had water this morning now. The thermostats are working well and opening the doors as and when they need to, which is fantastic to see. And we're going to get ourselves off and away. Coming around the corner here, you'll see a couple of things. First of all, there is the big brand new Coon round bale that we got on the 7840, looking majestic. I think you'll agree. Looks fantastic. We did fill up all of this shed with straw. That's all done. The remainder of the straw from the other day there on barley is tucked in the back behind the case. It's looking good. And there is a plan afoot. We're going to be digging in here sooner rather than later. The next couple of weeks or so, we're going to get ourselves stuck into there, and it's going to look, well, it could be interesting. Let's just say that much. We've got some plans in place that are ready to roll for us to dig a nice big hole in there to put a pit in, and then there's going to be some bigger grain silos coming along, because this grain silo here wasn't able to hold everything. Well, it was just, but bear in mind I want to have multiple silos and store all of my cereal crop in there. That ain't going to cut it, so we'll have to have a look into that one, which we will do time. And there's also a very early stage plan in place for some more buildings, but that's a long way down the line. I'm not going to look too much into that at the moment, or indeed get too excited at the moment there, because I think there's still some work to be done. Now, I would like to know what we can do with this shed, because it's, well, at the moment it's a bit rickety. I haven't really used it for anything per se, so I wonder how we can make this bigger and better, what we can knock down, or how we can use that, because there's a nice hard stand here. Maybe if it's a workshop even, we just have to take away the one end. That might work. But yeah, that's another plan that we need to have a look at and think about as soon as we can, and we will see what happens with it. But yeah, like I say, lots of different things happening there. We are waiting to get some tree saplings in still, because I really want to get some trees planted soon, but it's just not ready yet, which is a shame. But we'll see how that goes. Now we'll just jump on into the Ford, and away we go. So I just borrowed this from a local farmer, who may well ask me to come and do some baling for him in return at some point. But yeah, if it's an easy way, if it's a nice and easy way for me to guarantee a sale, then I'm absolutely going to do that. So yeah, I think it'll work out for the better. But for right now, we're just going to head around to those two fields. The combine's still there as well, but we're not in too much of a rush to shift that right now, truth be told, because yeah, the rest of our stuff isn't fit to go. We did some plowing yesterday, out in the plow for quite a while, but we covered some ground, so I'll have a bit of a stop here so you should be able to see. It's going to be, we did the smaller of the two winter barley fields, but it's been turned over there. It's ready to have to be drilled, as you can just see in there. This one's to go next. That's going to take a bit more time. It's a little bit bigger, as you can well see, but we'll figure that one out. But it's not going to be today, because this afternoon, once we get this done, we are off to pick up those. Do you remember when we got those not so long ago when we restored the first field, the field that we found the Shelby in, we borrowed a big set of batwing mowers. Well, we're gonna get those back again because I want to start recovering that field as well. We're gonna mulch up all that grass there, take out all the dead weedy stuff, and see if we can get a good bit of regrowth and maybe one more cut of silage off there at some point. I'm not expecting it, but if we can, then that'll always be nicer, I suppose. But we'll see how it looks. But yeah, that's the plan with that stuff over there at least. And then we'll see how that comes along. That on here is our ride to the right there, left there, sorry, that's still a little while off. I'll have to wait for that one. But it would be good to get that coming through as and when we can. Let's swing into here. This was a field that we had to be a little bit careful with because of all the volunteer wheat around the outside, but I think we did okay. We're going to knock on the baler there on the back, drop that down. Alright, and we're off. Fantastic stuff. And we are going to get this field all baled up. We're going to get both these done actually, I think. And I want to then get out into the case there and get that mower. I had intended to ask someone to come and do it for me with like this little all-terrain kind of tractor. It's more like an Alps tractor, but that didn't happen. So we'll just do it ourselves when we have to. But what did happen recently is that the agronomists arrived and they started to take their soil samples. So all being well, we might see some information come back soon. And if we do get to see that, then we'll be able to start to look into, you know, what constitutes our soil. What we need to put into it to make it better, what we have too much of and we need to neutralize down a little bit, and how that's going to look from a cost standpoint as well. So that could be very interesting indeed, and we'll see. But yeah, lots of things that I'm kind of looking into at the moment. Something that I don't actually think I've talked about that we may be seeing is going to really expand shortly. That's all I'm going to say. And we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, it could be very, very interesting indeed. But for today, we're just going to get these two fields done here. And we'll see how many bales we get. I don't think there'll be too many off of here, actually. If they're not the biggest fields, as you can see, I'm already nearly around one headland. And, well, that's one bale done. So we'll see how we get on. But yeah, the bale is very, very nice indeed. It's obviously a Kuhn baler. This has been owned for about a season and a half by the farmer I borrowed it off. And like I say, I feel like I might get roped into doing a little bit of harvest work for himself as kind of payback for this, which I don't mind doing. He's actually one of the gentlemen who we spoke with at the tractor rally, so it's, you know, it works out well. It was a good move to go to this in the end. So we'll get around that. There you go. It was either this or try and get someone into bale big Hestons, and I wasn't going to get on to doing that there. That just seemed like too much. So I am happy to go along with doing this and get these bales sold, because this straw is going for a good price. So get it out of here really as quickly as we can, I would say. There we go. I think the straw, once we've sold it here, it's actually off to Worcester of all places. Then they're looking for some oat straw, so I'll let them take it. It just means that it's nice to get that kind of guaranteed fixed income off the hop there. It's just something that we can really put towards and budget towards there, so that's good to know. We are selling it by the bale because I couldn't guarantee how many tons we would have, so I've got to give him a phone call as soon as we finish this today, and we'll see how it's looking. But yeah, we're going to crack on. I might even get the drone up just as we fly through these fields, and we'll see what we're looking like in the end. Alright folks, welcome on back. We are kind of flying through here, to be honest. Second field's all but done. We didn't really bring too much during access along here, but we've just got one more pass to do. A few little bits to tidy up here, which we're going to swing to the right and get now. And then, yeah, we're looking pretty good. A lot more bales here, though, so there should be a good Arctic load in a bit here, I think. I'm going to have to do a bit of a count up at some stage, but yeah, we'll do alright. We'll get these cleared soon because I want to get this worked over as well and get put back into some winter barley, which will be the plan for these two fields at least, and we'll see how we're looking from there. So that should be interesting. Just about full. This bale has been a real success. I actually really liked how this has functioned. It's I mean, we're only in light straw, so it's always going to be relatively easy, but you never know. These things are always meant to be interesting. So yeah, it's a really nice bale. It can absolutely fly along as quick as the Ford will take it through here, so that's always good. And yeah, there's a few weeds in the bottom of this, so we do want to we'll probably let those kind of chit up a little bit more first, and then we'll spray it all off, or just probably actually we'll spray it off before we plow it over there, I think, just so they're all dead. And give a couple more weeks and we're probably going to look to try and get a cut of silage off of that field over there, which is coming along since we reseeded it. That way at least we're going to test the soil as well to see how that's looking, so I know if I need to put anything down onto it as well before we finish. But we look at that, there we go. Just a bit with the combine there. So what we're going to do right now, I do believe we are all pretty good actually. We're just going to take this back to the yard as it is, and then I'll be heading out for a bit of a drive in the case to go and pick up that mower and have a look, see what we can do with that. Combine, like I say, it just I need to come down here and service it over actually, but it's looking good. It's mechanically at least it's in great shape there, so that's all good news. We'll just sneak through here. Happy days. Fantastic then, back to the yard we go. So, like I say, everything else is looking pretty good. We are due to start some heavy construction work soon enough, I think. I need to plan that actually a little bit better. I'm also thinking about maybe seeing if I can acquire a few more orchard trees, just to really kind of up that production a little bit. And yeah, because I think that's been working quite well. Next few days though, we need to get a little bit more mucking as well for the greenhouses, because we're not producing our own, so we still need to cart that in, and we'll see how that looks. But everything else is looking okay, and really happy with how the orchard field's coming along. That is a big hit. There is, however, one elephant in the room, I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna show you what that is right now. Actually, it's something that we started with at the very beginning, and it's something that is increasingly become more and more of a problem as I notice it. So, and as we build and build this farm up to where it should be, it's becoming something that I'm ever more increasingly aware of with every passing turn. So that's definitely something I need to have a look into and see what we can do. I'm tempted to bale all this up, or I need to mulch all this on the side. I'll do something with it just to tidy it up there, because this is going to be changing at some point in the future as well. But for now, I'm going to do this about here, and we're going to get out. So yeah, you can see the vast differences in how these two balers are functioning. It's a night and day difference there, but it's, I mean, that's a very nice, impressive baler. So as you can see, we obviously have the sheep, which have had water in recently. I've left the beacon on, so we're going to have to turn that off. And then I've got 5 greenhouses, all which require varying amounts of water depending upon what the crop type is. So the onions do take quite a lot more than the lettuce does. Potatoes will need probably about the same amount as the onions as well. Problem being, I don't have much of a access to water here. The water pressure is very low, and it is proving ever so more difficult with every passing week. Try and actually get some water to come out of here. So we have an issue. There are a few springs in the area. We know that there's a natural river over at the in the field that we restored where the Shelby was found. I'm gonna probably affectionately refer to that field moving forward as the Shelby field. But there is a spring in there, but there's nothing really around here, and we don't know. Well, I'm trying to think how we can resolve that. So I've got a few possibilities. I'm looking into a few different options there, but I'm not too sure. So we're gonna have to look and see. And ideally, we'd like to get our own pump set up here as well. But we just need to think about how that's going to work. But yeah, that is the next big issue for me to contend with. For right now, though, I think we're going to leave this here, as I'm just going to go and take off the plow from the case, go for a bit of a drive, pick up that John Deere mower, and we'll get that field all tamed, really, and make it look a world better. So at this stage, I'm going to say thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. This has just been a quick update here. My name has been Alex. This is the Saving Grandad's Farm Restoration Series. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation. And we'll see you all in the next one. Until then, though, catch you later.